Even God can have you. Jeez, well that's not how I'd usually separate a bus.
The secret plan!
Shut the fuck up. Appreciate it. Why are you walking like that? Let's just say it's a concealed carry. So, let's see what happens when the predator becomes the Oh, fuck! It wasn't a squeaky show!
I am sorry. I don't speak English.
You're Oriental? Mignon!
시바이. 버디 소리 들려.
Come here, you little fucking pussy!
Megameat!
Open wide. Now say, Listen to me very closely. You're gonna fly around the planet.
Sick
A whole lap. I haven't finished that fast since I mixed the Powerpuff Girls and lotion. Poop.
Bop it. Pull it.
Yep, I got one too. Turns out dead children weren't the only thing hidden in my basement. You live in a 4-story apartment, you nonce! Counterpoint, laser beam.
I've got an idea! Oh, fuck! Hey, by the way, I cheated on you!
What? With whom? You hoe?
Random guy for some crack! And I'm pregnant!
Really? Is it his?
Yeah! You are not the father!
Good luck! I get it. Where the fuck are you going, deadbeat?
Hey, buddy, unlike you, I was never that fond of kids that aren't mine, you see.
Disrespect a man, and you get your back blown out. Seriously, did you learn anything from prison?
Never trust authority, and always hide a weapon.
I'll show you a hidden weapon.
Oh, fuck me, silly!
Minion, what did I tell you about TV? Marco! Boy, hey, that's racist!
Megameat! Oh, shit!
If life is a novel, then I am surely the author of my own destruction. But if death is a bookkeeper,
Then he must be bareback in the stacks, for my story does not end here.
Red light!
This ain't Squid Game, kid.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I don't speak Korean!
Newton sends his regards, you fellatiated fool.
Guess what? I'm wet.
yes. That's because you're standing in water.
Why the fuck did I do that?
fish out of water. Ming Yang! My gills are all dried up. I think this is it.
It's okay, Ming. I'm ready.
You know, you could just put me in the water, right?
We had fun.
Okay, fuck you! God, is this because of the shape-shifting incident? Dear God, it is about... But sir, I shaved! Just for you!
Well, I can still taste it, so fuck you.
Have you tried mouthwash, sir? Got him. No, I'm not ready. I can feel the tumor pressing into my skin.
Let it happen.
Holy fucking shit. What cruel God would allow such a thing to befall an innocent creature? Oh, I think it's easing up. God, that was scary, huh? Also, Poseidon, it's the second coming of...
Oh, it's over. I wish it were the kids' movie.
Oh, Nelly, we got him. We got him good. Best Make-A-Wish ever.
Still terminal, don't worry. Yeah, it's kind of like waiting for Christmas.
Wait a minute, since I have cancer, I can say the B word.
He's got the pass.
Can I say
For the price of one motorboat.
Oh, Roxanne, they're doing a lynching. Daddy, chill. Let's not get silly. We already tried that.
Perhaps there is no cure for ignorance. But maybe the best solution to a closed mind is to open up your
Duffel bag. Pull out the weapon and stop fucking. All right, time for a cleanse. An ethnic cleanse? Oh, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Oh, yeah.
Sugar,
Eh?
you're gonna be needing this tonight.
Big old happy! I don't think the mayor ever recovered from his head injury.
Hey, is there a black guy behind me? Shut up, soy boy. Well, you can't fix them all. That's racism.
Come on, everybody! Clap and dancing! Clap and dancing singing!
Jesus, it's worse than I thought. No matter. Allow me to translate. Hit it!
They gave me coke. I'll always remember.
My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December found the love we shared in September. Only blue talking love. Remember true love we shared today. Yeah, that bell was ringing, and our songs they were singing. Do you remember? Never a cloudy day. Come on, man. I said one more time. Hey, go say
like opening the wound. I'm picking me apart again. Picking me apart. Now the room he won't tell you is the place you can stay.
The secret side of me, I'll never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it.
Got the rose cigarette. Who knows what she's gonna make? She can stay. I thought I had it all together. But I was led astray the day you walked away. Well, too young to fall asleep. Cynical and weak. I hate everything about you. Psychics by some China try to steal your imagination. Sink back in the clouds. Sweet and cream, silver screen quotations. Shakedown 1975. Now what you by my side. Cool kids never had the time, so that I'll never feel alone again. I know what to. Where do we go? Nobody knows. They'll come back for you. I've gotta say I'm on my way down. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
Mr. Saxo Beat.
Now and then I think of when we were together.
See if I still feel.
I get those goosebumps every time. You said you felt so happy you can die. Please just die, just die.
Yep, you mumble under your breath.
Your breath.
I doubt you know what she
Tell
said.
me what she said.
Let's get this out from your chest.
Right here, right here, right now, right now.
Got me fighting naked, nothing sacred. We're tearing clean off the walls. Nights are made of kiss and makeup.
From your soul.